Let's hop into the game, see what's going on there.
That's right. This is the place where we ask the questions. How does it all unfold? The Weeha on the Skyrat, the Moo moving to the Timbersaw. It is going to be classics in some ways, but also the curveballs in the other. You saw that grin on Misery. He seems to be very, very confident coming into this tournament.
I know they have to be riding that high after taking down EG, and I haven't seen a course guy in ages. I've seen him play it on stream a couple times, though. He really likes that hero. I think it's one of his favorite heroes.
Is this when you actually go to what something like EG, like PPD said about the old TI5 final? You pick up heroes which are just the comfort zones, where you know you're going to have a really good game because it's just your style of hero. I guess we believes this is it. He had other options. He had a lot of options.
I also think you need to take Wings out of their comfort zone. They always seem to be able to know exactly what you're going to do, what lanes you're going to throw at them.
Weeha won't stop it. He is clucking like a hen at the moment as that Skywrath mage. The battle will begin in 15 seconds when the runes will spawn. Digital Chaos, they're grouping up heavily to contest this top rune, but so are Wings.
It looks like they're actually going to try and aggro over here.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Here they come. They're coming down into the river. Who's going to get that first rune? It does both go the way of Wings. Weeha taking a lot of damage early on, but the Illuminate, it hits on 4. Blink is so low. DC's almost got first blood. Resolution. Time looking into the first blood, but it's Weeha on the Skyrat throwing the orbs from range. That will bring down Blink.
Man, this early Observer Ward set up by DC too. They had vision of all those heroes, and Wings, they did not.
Down after that first blood in the river. We've had 3.5 minutes of peace. But on bottom lane, the first big rotation, it's actually going to be, well, I say big, as Innocence coming down to help. To gank up Moo, he's got 1 point up in Timber Chain, so he's got a way to get away from this, but then the movement speed, Crush off cooldown in 2 seconds time. No support coming in from DC. The Crush will connect, but Moo, 10 reactive armor charges. He's so tanky, the body block is not enough. Where's your bash there? Almost! The chain away! They're under the tower! There's no mana on Moo, but Faith, he might be in a little bit too deep here. He needs a way out. Crush is available. Where's that tether? It's off cooldown, but the Crush is going to miss. In comes your tether. Moo's looking for an opening. Remember, he's got no mana, no mango, and that means he can't find the kill. Faith dives deep, but does not kill the Moo.
I really like how Moo baited out that Crush there, just ran right outside of the range of Wings trying to make something happen in the other lane, and no TPs even from the supports, so they're comfortable in Moo being sacrificed down there.
I'm wondering if he asked for anything, and DC's just like, I'm sorry, man. We got to hold this top tower. You survived that gank, and DC gets so much more. The top 3 CS is on the board. The lanes are looking fantastic for DC to start with. They have a small advantage, as now they might find a bigger one. Ice caught out. Rot denial, not possible. Misery gets the last club and in.
One bright side for Wings there is that they did drop 2 sentry wards on the top lane at the same time. A little bit of miscommunication from them, and they won't be able to get that D-ward on that Ops.
So Wings, is this repair zone now for them, or are they still comfortable with the progression in the first 5 minutes?
You don't want to lose the lanes this badly. Look at Sky's CS compared to the Storms. 29 versus 11. They were neck and neck at one point.
This looks to be the reason why they're rotating up. So Faith Beyond as well as Innocence. Looking towards Weeha. Weeha has been very cocky in this mid lane, going over the river, and this is that kind of moment they were waiting for. Faith runs in, they'll get an easy crush, Innocence to help out with the Wisp Spirits, Blink, the Storm Spirit! The Mystic Fire! Weeha! He burnt the Retina out of Blink! And now it's a 1-1 trade-off, but that was a heavy rotation from Wings, the time committed for that, and it's still a 1-1, the mid for mid.
And the Ogre staying there in the mid lane really...
I mean, the camp, the Dire Observer Ward still sees quite nicely. Rain and Sentry is too far away. Now Ice moves over. Oh, what's the hook? Actually threads the DC needle, and they have to turn with a rod. Ice stunned up. He'll deny himself with a rod. Sasa, he's away. Back behind the T1 tower. Still a couple of stick charges up his sleeve. Resolution also with Time Walk and stick charges. They'll back up as far as they can. But Resolution, the ball slap into the tree line, and the glaive is not enough damage. But it is! The last word was had by Wings. Misery's coming up for some deep revenge. He needs to find him in the tree lines. Shadow starts his TP out. Innocence does not have the man to do so. Misery gonna loop around the tree line, try and lock him in, but then the tether away the creep wave, avoiding the Luminate as well. He gets out at the same time. Weeha went for a crazy dive behind the tier 1 tower and lost his life.
Wow, with that outplay for the Wisps too, they're having a lot of trouble keeping track of him. He doesn't even have boot.
But Blink, this is just not his game.
Yeah, they got rid of a lot of the raindrop charges. Moo going in deep on bottom.
Yeah, Faith so low, but confident enough to stand next to his own tier 2 tower. Doesn't want to back up completely. Wants to make Moo a little bit more fearful of being between a tier 1 and a tier 2 tower before even the 10-minute marker. Because he's doing this with a creep skip, it guarantees the early tier 1. And the help comes in from Coddle.
As we say that, Blink and Io.
Well, can they jump this? Moo still with the amplification. Faith comes in. There's your first jump. The crush to start with. No vortex with a damage output. It may be enough for the back, but then the Timber Saw chains up the Shark Trap damage. It's almost going to kill Inz if he's not careful. But they find the kill before he pulls it in.
Wow, Soxa just ditched him right there. I think with an Illuminate, they might have been able to get a triple kill right there. But Moo, dead to rights, tried to do what he could.
He almost managed to get himself, as you said, a triple kill. He just needed more. And Shadow has to be prepared for this. The Chronosphere out with a Mystic Flare. It's the old school combo and the Illuminate. The damage is not enough for the one charges. He will still die. We hired an extra Arcane Orb up his sleeve.
Well, Skywrath's actually so fast with the Bloodlust. He's moving like 412 move speed. Bloodlust just ran off him, but he's very farm close again on the Atos. And one of your main concerns about running a Core Sky is that he's going to fall off, similar to perhaps a Core Jakiro that they ran earlier. But when he's this far ahead of the Storm Spirit, looks to be a pretty good game for him. But it's a slippery slope.
It is, but Wings still finding space while that gank was going on. So Silencer not the happiest time of all. Still gonna be happy, that's his first death. Ankles, it's a little bit raw. No early stat items over on Faith Beyond.
And that Observer Ward will not catch wind of the Slardar nor the Io. So they are still blind. Although, you know, Silencer farming out alone with threat of relocate.
The ping actually came out. They think there's something going up here. DC's rotating supports, but it might be too late. Misery taking heavy damage. The multicast not enough to save his life. And now Resolution has to time walk back to the tier 1 tower.
Wings did such a good job of evading vision of that Observer Ward, but without Chronosphere up, not sure if DC can fight here. They're
forcing it. Leap in, time dilation. Global Silence comes out from Shadow, making this very difficult. Faith Beyond, blink forward. Stuns over on Resolution with a Timber Chain over. They need more damage. Resolution's going to go down. The Illuminate barely nicks the back of Faith, but with the Timber Chain forward, moves bringing the damage, but it's still not enough. Faith Beyond into the tree line. Blink, he's got it. He's into the trees, starting a CP. The Hawk away, keeping it going all the way home. It's Fountain Hawking TI6 style. You're still brought back with the relocate, so Innocence will have to give up his life here.
He lost a whopping 4 gold from that, already purchasing his urn right before, and I don't know how Wings managed to make it out of that one, but that was a very fast Global Silence from Shadow, right as Moo went. Global Silence coming off cooldown in just 10 seconds time. We in very deep.
Faith doesn't have vision of him. Now he will. Blink, crush. Storm Spirit jumps forward. Skywrath Mage. No real defensive abilities. Resolution. He time walked in like he was about to go for the Chronosphere and then pulled out.
I have to applaud Wings again for taking all these fights outside of DC's vision. They do have a ward in this mid lane.
Coming over. That Observer Ward sees Faith. Ice still on the back lines, ready to be that saving grace. Blink, crush. Misery now hooked down. Does he have enough damage? Resolution, no mana for a Chrono. And the Global Silence. They can't respond now, DC. The literally mute button's been pressed. Wings, they will be forced out. As Moo is on the front lines, they go back up to the hillside of the Radiant Jungle. But they're still surrounding that mid-tier 1 town, but not for long.
Such a tricky place for DC. They want to fight because they're right outside their T1 and they have vision, but their Skywrath has been down, and as soon as we respawn, Wings are out of there.
Notice too where Wee's TPing, he goes straight down to bot lane. He'll walk up and find the Storm Spirit with that Rod of Atos. The hook out again. The Rod of Atos slow. It cannot hold people inside that Mystic Flare, and it's still a level 1. It wasn't enough damage to get through Blink anyway.
They really want to take a fight with the Chronosphere up here. No Global Silence on Wings, and they know they have to get out of here right now.
Yeah, no global, no relocate, so you don't even have that saving grace when one of your cores gets caught in the Chrono.
But the battle of the cooldown of the ultimates are going to Wings at the moment. Global Silence, 130 seconds. DC have also missed their D wards on the bottom lane, and Wings still have 3 up there. Smoke again, right as Global Silence is about to come off cooldown.
They want to defend bottom. The recall already came in. Weeha was brought in. Blink in the neighborhood. There's your first crush. Is there help with the blinding light? Yeah, there is. Double TPs, but Global Silence again causing problems. Misery will arrive at Faith. He's in way too deep. The double crush, but Seal Mystic Flare will find the kill. Ice, he's trapped. The creep is locking him in the tree lines. He can't escape. The Illuminate will help get the kill, but it goes to Weeha. as Wings force the issue a little too hard under the tier 1.
They expected a relocate coming right there. Faith went in. You got a very important hero in a Skywrath mate.
They're actually going to give it over to Blink.
They have that Observer Ward. DC know exactly what's going on.
Well, that's why they've already moved to the Dire side of the river.
They need to set up wards over here. And this T2 tower is going to go down unless Wings come over there, but no one's in sight.
Well, they still have a relocate, but Io is probably the closest of any of these heroes. Like, he can drag Shadow up. And that's all. Chronosphere now on Faith. TPs begin. Global Silence once again making this difficult for DC to get the instant kill. But now the Timber Chain forward. Faith just explodes. They're going to have more damage once Weehawk can get that ulti down, but he can't. Now he can, but it's all being chained up. Wings together, holding hands. And they may die together. Just as they fought. Lu is low. Once he's the tower. Chains away. Wings by buyback on Faith. They need a good crush out from him. Blink is off cooldown. He'll find Sasuke over in the tree line, so he'll take a fall too. I will grab that with a denial of the tower. Still a costly fight for Wings.
If they lose a tower, they have to buy it back on the Slardar, and it's going to be really slow on his progression for that fourth staff.
Faith, Blink, crush. Mid-lane, it's Resolution though. Time walks off cooldown in a second. So he'll time dilate and then run away. It's like Faith trying to fit him that Skywrath Mage will want to pick up.
We see Veil pretty commonly on Skywrath, probably the best of the worlds, but Eul's is likely much, much better to help him out against the Storm Spirit in an instant cast so he can get out of a punch hook potentially.
Oh, the smoke. Wings had Knobs ward up. ISIS will break it. Do they want to go on him? Roshan's not dead yet. They put the Timber Saw on the front lines. Digital Chaos trying to find that quick opening. Shadows nearby. There is no Global Silence in trouble. Blink is down. He'll commit suicide with a Bloodstone. He'll be back in 10 seconds, but 10 seconds may be too long. Shadow will go down. Innocent's attempted relocate will fail. He didn't get him out in time.
They can hook out the Wisp, though. They can hook out the Wisp. That's the only play that I think they have to perhaps save him.
Ice is standing too far away. Now he's going to come down close enough to it. Innocence, the stun's there. Ice holds the hook. Instead, they may try and contest Roshan. Storm Spirit, very easy to jump in, but the Observer Wards up for both Dire and Radiant on the cliff sides of Roshan. Here comes your first hook. They drag Mu up. They've not the Grend, and a three-man clear. Resolution! He hit the money low right here. Chain forward. Wings, where's your extra damage? Resolution will keep chasing down after him. The Yules are up, keeping Faith out of it. And Mu still wants Ice. They're going to go on Faith first. He'll drop down, and they get them all. Wings, they had 5 feet. Time to bite 210 in the grave.
What a godly Chronosphere from Resolution. Wings thought they had that advantage with the high ground Observer Ward, but DC, they sneak an Observer Ward from inside the pit. Wings think they're safe over there. They think they're under the cover of fog, but I also really like the positioning of the melee heroes from DC. Resolution was standing to the north side of the Wisp. In case Pudge threw out the hook, he could just turn around with the Chronosphere, and Moose positioning over there too, getting hooked instead. So position for Wings to gank them with the relocate.
Ice, he's found Moo. Relocates on the way. They got extra help, but Moo's gonna pop. Could not deny himself. He's actually in the neighborhood. Might try and find a revenge kill. It was a relocate in, so he knows there's only going to be one hero left. And it looks like Ice, the man without a single point up in Flesh Heap, will die to the magical damage of Wii. Inside the Dire jungle, while on bottom lane, Global Silence helps kill a Void. So tit for tat between DC and Wings.
DC have to be careful not to give out too many kills. They actually gave the Aegis of the Evil.
They actually can't TP out Blink. Blink is walking so far over that he can just jump, and yep, there she goes into the tree line. Number 1, but the seal is up. Your Scepter will dispel it. Global Silence, but Resolution drops the Chronosphere. They wait for him to hit the ground and then burn him in the light.
They knew that smoke was coming, but he didn't jump that far. I'm surprised he actually went to the right side instead of the left where the rest of his team was.
It was just the TP being on cool tower, but he had to close the distance to do that.
Perhaps, but if you just go to the left side, you have the Observer Ward there. You can hide, pop the smoke.
Innocence. Oh, Weeha! Blink in, Yule Step to the crutch! Hits on 4! They hook out Resolution! Almost back to tier 4 towers! He'll time walk down at the force off from Misery trying to save him. The Aegis Immortal will trigger, so Weeha back up again, and they're gonna burn down the Slaughter. The assault into the base. Ice can't keep the fight going for Wings. Unable to latch that hook, but it's still Shadow finding a double kill. Repelling DC.
They wanted to go in that small window where the Storm Spirit was still dead. But haste easier once next daytime hits.
Oh, the Observer Ward. They see Blink. He's walking straight into Misery. The stuns, the Mystic Flares. You'll step her up. Is there a relocate save? Yeah. No! Innocence! It's like he grabbed onto him, but not strong enough to pull him through the void. And now he's coming back in 3, 2, 1, and goodbye, Innocence. He'll spend his money before death, both mech recipe as well as buckler recipe.
The Storm Spirit has died 7 times this game. Wii is just crushing him at every turn.
May actually be
on
on
the
1
extra
Bloodstone charge soon. He's down to 3 Bloodstone charges on this Storm Spirit. Oof. And now he's building an item which you normally get when you have momentum. He's going back into the Orchid after Bloodstone and Yules. While top in the jungle, Ice Eyes and Mystic Flare doing some work. He'll survive. The Glimmer Cape keeps him invis. And Faith looking for the cross, but he missed it. Now Resolution. They already found one. Weeha is caught inside the Chronosphere, trying to kill the Slaughter. Shadow will move over. Can they find the kill? Yules up from Slaughter. He'll go again up and towards the air. Shadow still wants his kill over on Weeha. Faith will drop in the meantime with the Rod of Atos. The curse. It should be enough with the Yule Scepter. Dispel. Shadow's running out of mana. The blink out. Weeha keeps the kite going. Resolution for the time boxer. A double kill for Moo. And Wings kited to the ends of the earth in a stiff breeze.
Another phenomenal play coming out from Wii. Such an unlucky miss uphill as Silencer was going. Misery still needs to be recalled if they want to make this a 5-man push.
Where's your fight?
Oh, he has Scepter. This is going to be insanely difficult for Wings to hold.
Especially during the daytime. Extra heal, Blink and jump himself in. The time lock holds him in. The global silence. They'll actually pull Blink away with the hook, but now DC, no global silence to fight up against. They know they got the advantage, they got Chrono, they got everything their heart desires. All they want is the racks. DC, everyone was pinging Wings to try and win this grand final. The favorites to do it for DC. They will be the first to claim the full set of racks on top. Fortification from Wings is slowing this fight down. ISI still looking for a good angle. Blink jumps in. They don't have the opening just yet. The smoke, the hawk. It actually drags the Slaughter out of his crush. They still know they got more than multicast. Blink forced up down outside the Chrono. Silencer caught inside of Innocence. He can't pull him out in time. They'll have to hold in. They have to back up under the tier 4 towers. DC, they're rampaging on. Remember objective-based gaming, but GG. Wings will call it. DC take game number 1 of the TI6 Grand Final against Wings. The boys that went all the way through the winner's bracket.
Jeez. Wii is insane on that Skywrath Mage. And again, the early game